Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. This is the March 16th edition of the Carolina Weather Video here. And yesterday it turned out to be really a pretty nice day across much of the region. It was a little breezy. Most highs bumped on up into the low 60s, even some mid 60s in some locations. And things are pretty quiet now. A couple interesting things to show you. Let's take a peek here at the watch, warning, and advisory situation. And altogether, pretty quiet pattern right now across much of the lower 48. The big low pressure that has been bringing all the flooding issues to the New England states and the upper mid-Atlantic states, that's pulling away. Still some lingering coastal flood advisories and situations there with flooding there close to the coast and some increased surf and beach erosion continuing. But the interior flooding, at least in terms of new rain, that's pretty much over. The system out to sea. Now another area of low pressure that's causing a pretty impressive amount of rain back into Texas this morning. But that low is actually going to be heading on down into the Gulf of Mexico, not really having a tremendous amount of impact on our region. You can clearly pick up that coastal area of low pressure. Yesterday this time it was sitting right about here, now situated down off the Carolina coast, and it's moving out to sea in that general direction. Here's the Texas low, and that one's going to head down into the Gulf of Mexico. So let's sort of take you through the modeling here. Here's the 0Z run of the GFS, a little pocket of cooler air aloft still hanging overhead. So as we get into the afternoon, probably some cloud cover will become more extensive across the region. And it'll be a little cooler today. Highs today probably upper 50s to around 60 degrees in most spots. It won't be as breezy today, though, compared to yesterday. Tomorrow, that little Texas disturbance heads into the Gulf, but probably a pretty good amount of cloud cover and maybe a little bit of light rain in Georgia as we get into tomorrow afternoon. Could creep into South Carolina, but I think the Piedmont and North Carolina stays dry with this one. Just a little bit of an increase in cloud cover in some spots as we go into the day tomorrow for St. Patrick's Day. Now let's go out to Thursday. That low heads out to sea, and that'll sort of set us up for some great weather here Friday and Saturday. And really Thursday looks pretty good as well, but certainly Friday and Saturday we're looking at a lot of sunshine and low to mid 70s it looks like now for highs on Friday and into Saturday. But there comes the next system, and it looks like we're going to see an area of low pressure sort of dive down toward the Ozarks and then head up. Let me get the right thing here. Dive down into the Ozarks and then head up into this general direction. And that sort of a favorable track to bring us a chance for some thunderstorms. And it doesn't look like the moisture feed is going to be terribly impressive ahead of this due to the orientation of the features. But I'll mention on Sunday the chance of showers, maybe a couple thunderstorms involved. And it's a pretty strong cold front. It looks like a pretty good shot of some colder air moves in by Monday. Now, the GFS, that's really the only major model I've seen do this with any consistency. It sort of hangs another little piece of energy back, and it tries to bring some precip in here on Monday, but it's sort of all alone in terms of any type of model with consistency showing that. So I've left some increased cloud cover in for Monday, but I've left the precip out for the forecast. Here's what the GFS did on the 12Z run yesterday. And, yeah, you can see it really kind of went nuts with the precip back in the colder air behind that front. But again, most of the modeling is not really indicating that scenario. So we'll see. I've left Monday's forecast dry for the time being. And the GFS still is indicating another pretty moisture-packed system toward the end of next week as well. So we'll see how that all plays out. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.